Today's the first day of the 2020 legislative session. Now, this session, Utah lawmakers are sure to tackle the contentious tax overhaul plan and expect heated discussions on medical marijuana, e-cigarettes, and the rights of transgender youth, I should say. ABC4's Glenn Mills is live from the Utah State Capitol with more on what lawmakers' agendas are going into this session. Glenn.
Yep, hundreds of bills over the next 45 days here at the state legislature. We're going to be breaking some of them down. We are joined now by Senator Deidre Henderson and Representative Jen Daly Provo. Glad to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's get right into it. Senator Henderson, this is your 8th session. Each one kind of has its different feel. We've really tackled some big issues in previous years that have been resolved. So what is the feeling as you come into this, your 8th session here in 2020?
Well, I think after tax reform, everything seems kind of calm and relaxed, and but so obviously that's something that we're going to have to deal with down the road. And tomorrow, I understand that we will be seeing a bill. It'll come before the House and the Senate tomorrow to repeal tax reform.
We were kind of joking about that before we got started, how mild everything seems today, and we know that's going to be changing for sure. Your second session, what's your feel as you look ahead to the next 45 days?
So, still being pretty new to this on the inside the House chambers as opposed to previous years working as an advocate. It's exciting to look for potential for new bills. Like you said, we've resolved some big issues in the past. We have big issues ahead of us, and I too am looking forward to the vote on the tax repeal bill, but also anxious to see what happens with future discussions on tax reform.
Yeah, that's something we'll be watching. Could happen this year, maybe next year when the next governor comes in. We'll have to wait and see. Let's talk specifically about some of the bills that the two of you are working on. Senator Henderson, let's start with you. Polygamy. You're looking at taking it from a felony to a misdemeanor. Some might look at that and say, why would you lessen the penalty? So talk about your strategy there.
Well, first of all, I don't have the bill completely drafted yet, so we're still tweaking some of those policy decisions are still being tweaked. But in general, we started working as a legislature on criminal justice reform in 2015, and polygamy was something that we completely overlooked. We didn't look at it, and if you look at our cohabitation, which is basically our anti-polygamy law, was put in place in 1935, and it hasn't stopped that from happening. There have been a lot of things that have happened in the past that have caused a lot of fear and consternation among polygamous communities, and I think it's actually caused a lot of harm. So what I'm hoping to do is really to codify the Attorney General's longstanding practice and longstanding written policy of not prosecuting otherwise law-abiding polygamists and saving that for the more egregious cases.
And you believe by lowering that penalty it could potentially encourage more people to come out and report other crimes?
I'm very concerned that we really have a human rights crisis in our state. We have a marginalized group that has been discriminated against for a long, long time and driven underground where really, bad things can happen. When you've got a culture of secrecy, you can have abuse and things happening that are really bad. And we want to bring light into those communities. We want people to be able to come out into the sunlight so they have access to education and healthcare and law enforcement and being part of society.
Representative, you're working on rent control.
Yes.
I don't have to tell you that's going to face opposition.
No.
So tell us what you're hoping to accomplish there.
So I think it's an important discussion more than anything because right now state statute prohibits any kind of, any version of rent control. And I just feel like this is a local control issue that cities should have an opportunity to discuss very targeted precision tools that may be defined as rent control. And I found out today actually there is no state definition of rent control, and so it's very possible that some measures that are being taken to target our housing crisis may already be in opposition to a prohibition on rent control. And again, I just think that every city has unique needs, and if a city council and a mayor want to explore opportunities, then that is where the decision is made closest to the voter, and I don't think that the state should be involved in that decision.
Bottom line though, we're starting to see housing prices really skyrocket, and that's what this is about, is trying to get them under control where people can afford housing.
Well, I don't know that rent control is necessarily the right tool to bring housing prices down. In fact, broad sweeping rent control like in New York in the 70s and 80s actually has the exact opposite effect. But I do think that for for specific populations with specific issues, if you're talking about people on fixed incomes or people with disabilities, there might be some targeted tools that could or might be an option for a city to explore.
You have an interesting bill dealing with stalking in the court system, something I didn't really look into before I heard you talk about that. Talk to us about how that would work and what the problem is.
So the problem is litigation abuse, or otherwise known as stalking by way of courts, wherein, say, a couple split up, they divorce, and the ex-spouse exerts really kind of abuse and control and manipulation through frivolous lawsuits, through filing frivolous motions, false police reports, things like that, and it happens, and I'm hearing from more and more people who this has happened to, and their ex-spouses or ex-romantic partners even have dragged them through all kinds of horrible harm through the courts, and for no reason. They're always thrown out, they're always frivolous, and yet it makes they go bankrupt.
Sure.
They use all their savings, they are in poverty because they've been really abused this way, and it's not a good way to use our court system, and we have an efficiency problem as it is, so this is something that I'm looking at this session.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but real quick, I have about 30 seconds left. You're taking up vaping again. Talk
Yes.
about the underlying issue you want to address there.
So for years I've been working on this public health crisis that is youth vaping. The problem continues to skyrocket, and the common denominator is flavors. We've really got to get our arms around a lot of factors around with this issue. But for me, I really want to look at limiting the opportunity for kids to access the flavors, because that's what they're attracted to, and it's what's getting them addicted.
All right, that'll be a big topic as well. A lot of topics Hill will be watching over the next 45 days. Appreciate your time and sharing with us what you are working on as well. Thank you so much.